This is Ip Man's most embarrassing moment. He was asked with a knife by Master Hong from Hong Kong, "Can Hungar beat Wing Chun?" Ip Man came to Hong Kong to escape the chaos of war, but after a period of time in Hong Kong, the money on Ip Man was quickly used up. Now not only do the children have no money for school, but even the landlord comes to demand rent, and Ip Man can only hide and dare not face him. To support his family, Ip Man rented a rooftop garden in Hong Kong, and he planned to reopen a martial arts school. But after 7 whole days, not a single student signed up, which made Ip Man very anxious. Helpless, Ip Man could only post small ads all over the streets. After 3 more days, a handsome young man named Huang Leung finally came looking for him with a small ad. Seeing that someone finally wanted to learn boxing, Ip Man hurriedly began to introduce Wing Chun to Huang Leung, then demonstrated Wing Chun offensive moves. Faced with Huang Leung's chaotic fists, Ip Man only defended without attacking. He did not aim at Huang Leung's middle path, just gently pushed Huang Leung away with an elbow. But Huang Leung was still not convinced. He wanted to continue fighting. Helpless, Ip Man could only take things more seriously, constantly attacking with straight punches in a Y shape, continuously targeting Huang Leung's middle. Faced with Huang Leung's many flaws, Ip Man only pointed out briefly. After a few moves, he pushed away with both palms, and a surge of anger rose in Ip Man's heart. A straight punch instantly struck Huang Leung's face. Huang Leung immediately bled from his nose. Then, Ip Man launched a smooth series of attacks, quickly overpowering Huang Leung. Ip Man thought he was about to get the first tuition fee, but Huang Leung, with an angry face, turned and left the terrace. Ip Man looked helpless, until he closed the door after work. Huang Leung returned again, but this time he brought a few more young men. Facing the provocation from the young men, Ip Man was unfazed. He waved his hand to let them leave. Under Huang Leung's hint, several young men began to take off their clothes. Under Ip Man's relentless attacks, the young men had no chance to fight back, and they were quickly knocked to the ground. After dealing with this group of young men, Ip Man turned and left. At this point, Ip Man finally had his first disciples in Hong Kong. Following Huang Leung's call, more and more people came to learn Wing Chun. With more people joining, the martial arts school grew considerably. One day, while Huang Leung was posting recruitment ads on the street, unexpectedly, disciples of Hungar came to pick a fight. The Hungar disciples kept provoking Huang Leung, but Huang Leung was calm and unbothered, and he led them into an alley. As Huang Leung assumed a Wing Chun stance, the Hungar disciples attacked first. The Hungar punches were powerful, with a majestic momentum. During his time following Ip Man, Huang Leung had become quite proficient in Wing Chun. Using his close-range advantage to counterattack repeatedly, he kicked the Hungar disciple away with one foot. Then he continued with a series of combos, relentlessly striking his opponent, followed by a move that knocked the opponent to the ground. Behind him, Hong Kwan's younger brother stepped forward and kicked Huang Leung down, followed by a brutal beating. After Ip Man learned that Huang Leung had been captured by Hong Kwan's men, he single-handedly went to a fish stall. Seeing Ip Man alone, the Hong Kwan disciples surrounded him. Ip Man fought against many. His techniques varied, using a variety of moves to continuously knock down the Hong Kwan disciples. The Hong Kwan disciples, furious, grabbed their machetes. Many more Hongmen disciples also rushed forward with knives. Ip Man no longer held back, quickly counterattacking, knocking one down with a few moves. He used a re-character punch to attack the gang members repeatedly. Huang Leung also used surrounding objects to temporarily block some of the attackers, reducing some pressure on Ip Man, allowing him to focus on the enemies in front of him. Then, Ip Man picked up a wooden plank from the ground to block the machetes and suddenly exerted force to push them to the ground. Ip Man kept swinging the wooden plank to attack, and with its help, the thugs couldn't get close to him. At this moment, Ip Man raised the plank to block the machetes behind him, then flipped the plank and instantly obtained 2 machetes. He then rushed into the fish stall, cutting Huang Leung free from his bindings. Next, Ip Man flipped over the blades, holding the knives with the backs facing the enemy.
The 2 machetes in IP Man's hands seemed divine, leaving no grass untrampled wherever he went. However, the enemy was numerous and powerful, so Ip Man dared not linger, and he fled with Huang Leung. As they reached outside the door, a group of strong men suddenly charged out. It turned out that this man was an old acquaintance of Ip Man from Foshan, who came to help Ip Man escape. At this moment, a fat man led hundreds of followers, approaching aggressively. This man was the head of the fish stall in Hong Kong's Hantuan sect. Ip Man quickly explained what had happened. There is a rule in the Hong Kong martial arts community. Any outsider opening a martial arts school in Hong Kong must undergo tests from various sections. Only through such a process can they gain recognition in the martial arts world. Ip Man slowly walked toward the table, then leapt easily, standing steadily on the table. Ip Man clasped his fists and surveyed the area. The first challenger was Master Luo. Master Luo was as agile as a monkey, and he jumped onto the table in 2 steps. Master Luo first flipped over, using fierce leg techniques, which Ip Man easily dodged. Then, Master Luo unleashed a sharp palm strike, but faced with IP Man's Wing Chun fists, his attack seemed somewhat powerless. Master Luo again flew into the air with a kick, but was slapped in the face by IP Man, fell heavily onto the table. Master Luo was beaten so badly that he lost his composure. He kicked high with a leg lift. Seizing the opportunity, Ip Man grabbed him, and again, he fell onto the table. At this point, the outcome was decided, but Master Luo refused to admit defeat. Ip Man was forced to kick Master Luo off the ring. The second challenger was Master Zheng. Master Zheng made the first move. Master Zheng used Bagwazang. Bagwazang opens wide and closes tight. His palm techniques are fierce. However, Ip Man almost kicked him off the ring with a single kick. Ip Man adhered to the idea of stopping at the right moment, waiting for Master Zheng to adjust his stance. Master Zheng launched another attack, and Ip Man used the advantages of Wing Chun. Always quick with short strikes, he firmly suppressed Master Zheng. Master Zheng was driven to the edge of the table, then used a deadly scissors kick to lock Ip Man tightly. Ip Man gathered strength and threw Zheng away in the opposite direction, quickly adjusting his stance upon landing. Then he stood up again with a turn. Master Zheng's foot was caught by Ip Man, and with a fierce turn, he was thrown onto the ring. Ip Man stepped forward and threw a few symbolic punches. Several masters present, witnessing their fight, dared not challenge Ip Man anymore. Helplessly, Master Hung had to step up himself. Although Master Hung was broad and stout, he climbed onto the ring with a nimble posture. Master Hung launched a fierce attack right away. His palm techniques were sharp and fierce. After initial testing, they fought again. Master Hung kept attacking with Hanchuan, while Ip Man responded with continuous Wing Chun strikes. Then, after Master Hung's sweeping leg, he supported himself with one hand and both feet, but Ip Man still blocked it. Master Hung used his palm techniques again, constantly attacking Ip Man, and Ip Man always responded with quick short strikes, countering each of Hung's moves. They clashed palms in a confrontation. Master Hung's weight and strength were superior, almost knocking Ip Man out of the ring. Fortunately, Ip Man steadied himself with horse stance. Next, Master Hung gathered strength and kicked fiercely at the table. Ip Man responded with a flying kick. Master Hung also stood up and launched 2 consecutive flying kicks. Ip Man attacked with continuous Rizi punches, but Master Hung fought back stubbornly. IP Man's Rizi punches were evenly matched with Hong's. With one kick, they instantly created distance. The round table finally couldn't bear the weight and broke into 2 pieces. Both of them landed steadily thanks to their martial arts skills. Their battle ended in a draw. Ip Man refused to pay Master Hung the entrance fee. Although he won the ring, he proved he could open a martial arts school in Hong Kong, but he also caused himself trouble. The next day, Master Hung's disciples came to IP Man's martial arts school downstairs. Anyone who came to learn Wing Chun, they were all blocked downstairs by disciples of Hung Quan. This scene was just seen by Huang Leung, so the 2 groups began to provoke each other. Yongchun disciples kept throwing vases from upstairs. Then, Huang Leung led the Yongchun disciples to run downstairs. Immediately afterward, 2 gangs on the street fought like thugs, clashing in the street. Ip Man received the news, and then one person found Master Hung. The 2 of them argued fiercely. Ip Man dropped a harsh word and left. That day, foreigners held a competition in Hong Kong. Before the match, Chinese disciples performed martial arts, but the foreigners in the audience looked down on Chinese martial arts, thinking they were fancy punches and embroidery legs. So the foreigners kept provoking Hung Quan's disciples on stage, asking them to fight back. Faced with the taunts and insults of the Boxing King, the Chinese martial arts master stood up angrily. The arrogant attitude of the Boxing King instantly caused chaos on the scene, with more martial arts disciples joining in. Ip Man and Master Hung, to avoid a bigger conflict, both stepped onto the stage, trying to quell the chaos. However, the Boxing King kept attacking IP Man. Under the intervention of Ip Man and Master Hung, order was quickly restored. But just now, the Boxing King's act of insulting Chinese martial arts, as a leading figure in Hong Kong's martial arts community, he naturally wanted to seek justice for Chinese martial arts. But the Boxing King remained arrogant, believing that the strong could not apologize to the weak, and challenged Master Hung to a fight, saying that if he lost, he would apologize. To promote Chinese martial arts, Master Hung decided to personally teach this Boxing King a lesson. They both stared sharply at each other, with the Boxing King making the first move. Master Hung blocked the attack, launching a flying knee. Master Hung did not test the waters. His move was a fierce killing blow. Although Master Hung caught his opponent's flaw, he struck a set of punches on the opponent's waist, then followed up with an elbow strike. The Boxing King, dodging, revealed another flaw, and then was hit by a few more punches, immediately creating distance between him and Master Hung. The audience clapped and cheered. Master Hung again launched a flying knee, and the Boxing King instantly countered with a straight punch. Master Hung then used a back 3 elbow combo, but it was all blocked by the Boxing King. Soon, the first round ended. Master Hung rested on stage. The second round began, and Master Hung came out with relentless attacks. The Boxing King is a professional boxer, with stamina and endurance surpassing Master Hung, so he abandoned the idea of conserving energy, aiming to quickly finish the fight. Soon, the Boxing King seized the opportunity to attack, and Master Hung threw a right punch in response. Master Hung again used a do-or-die tactic, and the Boxing King was overwhelmed, only able to block with his fists in defense. With his unyielding will, Master Hung slowly got up from the ground. Seeing that Master Hung was unharmed, the referee signaled to restart the match. The Boxing King threw heavy punches at Master Hung, and Master Hung resisted with fierce punches. He initially intended to clinch and throw the opponent to the ground. Unforeseen, the Boxing King's strength far exceeded his. Next, Master Hung was hit by several heavy punches in succession. Therefore, Master Hung hugged his opponent and threw him out of the ring. The referee quickly separated them. At this moment, Master Hung's stamina was clearly about to give out. He only hoped the Boxing King wouldn't stand up. After 5 seconds, the Boxing King stood up. Master Hung could only rely on his iron will to continue fighting. The Boxing King continued to attack Master Hung with heavy punches, then directly punched Master Hung in the face. After a brief rest, the third round began. The Boxing King launched an attack first. Master Hung could now only barely defend. After a few rounds, Master Hung was hit again and again. After struggling to get up, Master Hung faced the Boxing King again, but this time, Master Hung's movements were indeed much slower. Fortunately, the Boxing King revealed a flaw. He was locked in a chokehold by Master Hung. However, Master Hung's asthma attack was the last straw that broke the camel's back. The Boxing King kept pounding heavy punches on Master Hung's face. In the final moment before Master Hung was beaten to death, he never surrendered to the foreigner and inspired everyone present. A generation of Hongtuan Master Hong Jinan fell. The foreigner not only felt no guilt, but also boasted at the press conference. He took out a long incense stick and issued a fierce threat: until this stick of incense burns out, he can defeat all Chinese martial artists in the ring. Ip Man heard the news and rushed over. Soon, the day of the match arrived. All Chinese people watched this match with great tension, hoping Ip Man would defeat the foreign devil to defend the dignity of Chinese martial arts and also to avenge Master Hong. The first round began. Both started cautiously testing each other. The Boxing King launched an attack first, suddenly pushing Ip Man to the edge. Then several punches were thrown at Ip Man in succession. He nearly got hit by an uppercut. Ip Man tried to catch the Boxing King's arm, but unexpectedly, the Boxing King's strength was so great, he threw Ip Man out. Ip Man quickly got up, but was hit by a right hook. Ip Man instantly fell heavily to the ground. Ip Man slowly got up while defending against the Boxing King's attack. He struck back with extremely fast punches, then seized the opportunity to sharply grab the Boxing King's ankle and delivered a reverse kick. The Boxing King instantly fell to the ground. This kick stunned the Boxing King. The Boxing King struggled to get up. They fought again. But Ip Man was hit again. The bell that should have sounded did not ring, and Ip Man was hit by an extra punch because of it. Seeing that Ip Man could still get up, the bell rang again instantly below the ring. The first round ended. Both returned to their resting areas. After a brief rest, the second round began. Ip Man used his Wing Chun advantage, continuously attacking the Boxing King with straight punches in a Riz pattern. A hook, one more move, sidekick to push back the boxing champion. At this moment, the foreign devils in the audience, watching Ip Man gain a brief advantage with his legs, shamelessly changed the rules, no longer allowed for Ip Man to attack with his legs. If Ip Man refuses, he is considered to have surrendered automatically. At this point, Ip Man, carrying the faith of millions of Chinese, had no way out. Even if beaten to death, he would not bow to the foreigners. The third round begins, and Ip Man naturally falls behind, constantly being hit by heavy punches from the champion. So Ip Man struggles to stand up again. At this moment, Ip Man is no longer fighting for himself, but for Master Hong's dying wish, and even more so, for the honor and dignity of Chinese martial arts. Ip Man, with strong conviction, continues to elbow the opponent's joints. The champion is now powerless to fight back, only able to cover his head in defense. With an elbow strike from Ip Man, the champion is now like a punching bag, only able to be beaten at will. Ip Man lands punch after punch on the champion's face, recalling the scene of Master Hung being beaten. Until the foreigner finally faints, Ip Man stops. With Ip Man defeating the foreigner, his fame in Hong Kong skyrocketed. That day, a cocky little kid came to IP Man's house. Does everyone know who he is?